Webbymate, an online platform that allows you to run webinars on autopilot while you're not there. Today I'm going to give you a live demo of Webbymate. I also got some very nice bonuses that you definitely will like. If you're going to purchase Webbymate, I've got some very congruent bonuses with this webinar software, so make sure you check them out also. But later about the bonuses. But yeah, let me just show you what Webbymate is, what you can do with it, how it works, etc. So right now you can see that I'm logged in to the backend and everything is very simple. Even if you don't watch the tutorials, you know exactly what to do because it's very simple. So in this case, I'm going to create a new webinar. And just to be sure, this platform is to do automated webinars and not live webinars. So I'm going to give you a demo webinar 1. I'm going to create this webinar, and as you could see, it's being added to the list in here, demo webinar 1. I can edit this webinar, and here I have a few options that I can fill out. Now, what you can do and what comes with Webbymate is pre-done for you webinars. There are 2 webinars done for you that comes with Webbymate that you can use to promote. So I'm going to take that for this demo purpose. Here you can click on load pre-made webinar and you can choose from group, traffic profits promo or affiliate tracks promo. So in this case, I'm going to take this one, load webinar settings. And as you can see, everything is filled out for you already. So the only thing what you have to do is when you set up a webinar is set up your headline, presenter's name, headline text, the background colors. You can change that also in here. You can change the texture, 10 textures that you can use, and then your sign up text, you can play with this also. Also, what you can do is you can add your pixel codes in here or any kind of code that you want to add in here. You can change your sign up text, and of course you need to set up your start date. So in this case, I'm going to do this today at noon. It's almost noon right now, and here you can also choose the image that you want to have before the webinar starts. So I'm going to leave it as it is right now with this demo webinar, and you could also use your own image when people share this on Facebook, that your image will be used. So I'm going to continue. It's going to bring me to the next screen where I can set up the videos. In this case, it already done for you affiliate tracks, but you could also use your own videos. Within Webbymate, you can upload your own videos, as you can see in here, and then you can choose that video that you've uploaded from this list in here. Once the webinar is, or when you set up your button, get started now, you can set up a redirect button. You can choose when this button will show up during the webinar in seconds. So after 2155 seconds, the button get started will show up. You can simulate the attendees that are on your webinar. So when the webinar goes live, you will see the attendees also. And you could set up a redirect at the end of the video. Now here it becomes really interesting because it says question email. What this does, so in this case, you can set up your own email or Hotmail, let's say this one, hotmail.com. And what will happen is when people go through the webinar, they can ask you questions during a webinar and they will be emailed to you. Now, when you receive that email, you can reply to that email and then it will go back to the attendee. Now, here you have the answer type where you can choose if they will see that answer live during the webinar or that you answer that question through email to that specific person. So you could do just like it's live, so they will see that on screen, or you could do that to their email. There's some smart question filtering, which means no longer than 4 words will not be in the chat. And you could choose your handout. So in this case, I've uploaded a webinar handout, and you could also set, I want to show this at 2000 seconds, for example, and then people can download the handout for this webinar. And you can upload these handouts here also through this button at the top. So let's continue to the last screen. And that is where you can set up your autoresponder, your Mail-it autoresponder. Now, what comes with Webbymate is a free Mail-it account. The front-end offer of Mail-it is what you're going to get for free also with Webbymate. And Mail-it is a program where you can email your attendees. So when you connect your Mail-it URL, You can mail your attendees after the webinar and send them the replay, or you can send them your offer again. So you get a free email system also together with Webbymate, which is pretty awesome. There's a replay button text, the replay URL where you want to redirect people to, and a countdown. So you could set up a countdown or an evergreen countdown. You could say, for example, I want to have this finished today at 10 or 10, and then let's say tomorrow at 10 a.m. and then save and exit, and now my webinar has been saved. Here you can get your links. As you can see, get links. You get your sign up URL. So when I paste this in my browser, this is what you can email to your list. You can see this is the sign up page. Now, personally, I always like to have a video. So what you can do is you could take any video and take a share code of a video. So in this case, I'm going to take one of my reviews and I'm going to edit this webinar. Because within the editor here, the sign up editor, you also can click this button code where you could enter your video code. So in this case, oh, this is not the good one. Let me get it from Storybot. I'm going to copy this, going back to my webinar, going to paste that in here. And now when I save and exit and I refresh my sign up screen, you will see there's also a nice video on top of the registration page. So let's register ourselves for this webinar. So secure your spot. You can see the timer here. So within 3 minutes, this webinar is going to start. So I'm going to show you exactly how it works when this webinar goes live. So secure your spot. I'm going to do my name and my email address and then register now. Now what will happen is the system will send out emails automatically. So right now this is too short, but it will send out emails. Let's say they register yesterday, they will get emails when this webinar is going to start. It will be done all for you. So in this case, it's going to start within 2 minutes and 23 seconds. As you can see, they use the image that we pre-configured in our settings and also the top in here. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm come back to you when the webinar is going to start. So fast forward now, it's taking 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. And then this is going to happen. You can enter the webinar. So when you click enter webinar, it's going to enter the webinar and the webinar is automatically going to play in the background. Now, as you can see here, the total attendees, it says, welcome Tim. Total attendees 64. You can see it went from 63 to 64. And people are going to visit your webinar. The webinar is auto playing now. You cannot hear this, but it's actually playing. As you can see, it's changing the slides in here. And what people can do is they can ask questions here in the box. So I can say, does this work in any country, for example? And I'm going to ask my question. And now it says your question has been sent. You will get an answer via email shortly. So as you can see here in the pre-configured webinar in the main settings, you could set this up to answer type through email or a live answer. Live answer is that you're going to get an email and then reply to that email, and then the question will be live answered in this specific screen. So yeah, that's basically what it is. When you go back to the members area, once the webinar has been finished, you can also get the links in here and get the replay URL. So when you paste this in your browser, you can send this out to your mail list. To the people that signed up for your webinar, you could send this replay to them. And as you can see, this timer is here that we set up before. People can click the button to purchase the product, and also they can still send you the questions here. Email as a question. Simply they fill out their email address and their question, and you will still get these questions. I think that's pretty cool. So all in all, this is a pretty cool platform to run webinars. Now I have to say, I noticed one thing, and that is within the actual webinars, that I noticed that this on the Mac, let me mute my video. On the Mac, you can see that this is not a live webinar. So you could change this. You could change here. You can you can scroll through the webinar, and personally, I would have loved to see this working on Mac also. Maybe they're gonna fix this also because I got early access to this software. On the other hand, I think when people register for a webinar, they're interested in what you have to say about this webinar. So they will keep watching this webinar and they will listen to what you have to say. But I wanted to mention this so that you know this upfront before you purchase this product. Now, again, here you can upload your videos, you can upload your handouts. There are a link section in here where you can get access to promote these products with 100% commissions also through Webbymate. Now, let me show you my bonuses that I'm going to give away. There's a link below this video that will redirect you to my bonuses. And this is something that you're definitely going to like. Because my first bonus that I'm going to give away is, with Webbymate, there comes 2 webinars. But I can understand that these probably are not in your niche for the products that you want to promote. So you're going to create your own webinar. You're going to record your own webinar. So what I've made for you is a webinar PowerPoint or Keynote, if you're a Mac user, template with step-by-step instructions. This is a 50-page document, and actually let me show you what this is. This is what you're going to get. So you can modify anything, you can change the titles, etc. But it takes you step by step how to design or how to set up your webinar. So it begins with your webinar title. Then it's going to ask you, who am I or who are you before? So let's say 10 years ago, I was struggling with internet marketing. 10 years ago, I spent thousands of dollars on internet marketing products. And you could say all your bullet points before. But now, who you are after, I'm making $10,000 a month with online marketing. I help 50 people a month by achieving the same goal. I've set up my own online platform, which is helping. So you after, and you go through all these slides, you just use them. You can use this quote, the secret to success is to be ready for your opportunity when it comes. I can tell you, today is your opportunity. If you stick to this webinar, this is your opportunity. This is where your life can change. Because you know, the problem today is, and then you're going to talk about the problems, problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then also the consequences about these problems. You know, as a result, it's harder and more expensive to blah, 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 blah. But who wants to get the answer? Who wants to get paid while they're sleeping? Today, I'm going to talk about 3 important things that you need to know. And this way, you fill out all these webinar sheets, and it's going to take you through the process so that you can set up your webinar really easy without having the hard thinking. That's what I'm going to give away as my first bonus. Definitely something that you want to have. It's going to save you tons and tons of time. And the second bonus is 2-hour training on how to run the perfect webinar. I mean, if you run webinars the right way, it can make you tons of money. If you do it the wrong way, it will give you nothing. And this is going to show you exactly what to do and what not to do during a webinar. 2-hour training, definitely something that you want to have. Then bonus 3 is a 1-page webinar cheat sheet so that you see at a glance what to focus on during the webinar. My bonus 4 is 9 design tips for converting webinars so that you don't make the mistakes other people make. So this is also something that you definitely want to have. And then bonus 5 is the A to Z webinar guide, where you learn exactly how to set up webinars that convert. You know, when you run a webinar, you want the webinar to convert. And this is your A to Z guide. Now, on top of that, you're going to get these early bird bonuses. Now, these bonuses are only available during this timer. When this timer hits 0, all these bonuses are gone. So make sure you buy Webbymate through my website, through one of these links, and you're also going to get all these bonuses. Now, these are 12 bonuses. Just go to my website, read them all. I'm not going over them all now. But what you're also going to get if you purchase before the timer hits 0 is you're going to get all the upgrades for all the softwares. The upgrades are included. So you're going to get the upgraded versions of all these softwares, not the front end, but the upgraded versions also, which has a value over $5,000 for all these products. So make sure you grab it through this link to get all my bonuses and the extra bonuses also. And the pricing, important to tell you, is the front end is $34.95 to $67, and make sure you use my coupon to get these prices. Here there's a coupon on my website which is 10 off. This will give you $10 discount on the front end product, so make sure you grab this discount coupon code because it will not be on the sales page. You get this discount if you use this code from my page. You're going to get $10 off. Then there's an upsell which is $67, which will give you 4 additional websites that you can run and keep 100% of the profits. There's a second upsell, which is a 4 weeks live coaching on how to get traffic from Brett and Mike. Now, I can highly recommend you to take this upsell because when you run webinars, you want to have traffic. And this is a training from Brett and Mike. And Brett and Mike have done a great job in my life. Actually, Brett is one of the first persons that I discovered online. And thanks to what he teached, I'm now a successful marketer, full-time marketer. I make a full-time living from my online marketing. And that is also because of the training that I got from Brett at the beginning. He was really inspiring me to do what I'm doing today. So this is definitely an upsell that I can recommend you to grab. Then there's also an upsell 3, which is $97, $147 or $197. And this is reseller rights to Webbymate. So that's basically what Webbymate is all about. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments below. Also, please like this video if it was useful for you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get my latest updates. Also that notification button to get notified each time I upload a new review, because I'm not emailing every review I'm doing. So if you want to get every review, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them. And again, click that blue button on my page if you want to grab Webbymate, including all my bonuses. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Have an awesome day. Talk soon. Bye-bye.